Well, we left VVR this afternoon and we just finished our first creek here. Say hi, no. If you're going to interrupt, you can at least say hi. And Pacemaker here as well. We just came across that creek, which you can see in the background. The girls are just putting their shoes back on. I just have wet feet. We got a couple of big creeks this afternoon. Well, one more big one, but a bunch of other small crossings. While we start this 3,000 foot climb up to Silver Pass. So, yeah, that's where we're heading this afternoon. VVR was great, lots of good food, really awesome place. Cannot recommend it highly enough. It's Vermilion Valley Resort. I had a great time there. Just so much food. It's not the cheapest place, but it's pretty remote, so it's understandable. Yeah, get there if you can. Otherwise, I am going to keep hiking.
Well, this one was a bit of an adrenaline booster. There's the trail on the other side there. We're safely across now, but as you can see, it's moving, and it rips away downhill there. At 6 PM, it's not the ideal time to be going across, but upstream and downstream presented no better options. With three of us, we linked arms and managed to battle our way across. But it got a little hairy in the middle, so bit of an adrenaline dump, but we're okay now, thankfully. Everyone's alright. Glad it's over.
Just when I think we're done with the creek crossings for the day, we got this little one. Nice waterfall coming down, so I have a rain jacket time. I think it should be a pretty safe crossing though. Good morning from the top of Silver Pass, 10,800 feet. It's day 73. The approach went as good as we could have hoped for. We camped about 2.7 miles back last night, and after a sort of 4-ish mile climb and some pretty interesting river crossings to get up there, and yeah, this morning we were rewarded with some pretty nice views. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus on some of them. Back there, nice sunrise and some mountains, and we'll spin around back this way. And some more nice sunrise and mountains out that way. There's pretty much nice sunrise and mountains in every direction at all times, except for when it's not sunrise. Time for a celebratory expired Cliff Bar. Alright, we're successfully down below the snow line. Not tree line, obviously I'm in the tree line right now. Snow line, we're down below. It was a bit tricky coming out from Silver Pass, but a lot of route finding. Very sun-cupped and post-holed out. Often it was hard to tell if there were any footprints or if they were all just sun-cups. Definitely getting very melted these days. As you can see, no shortage of water. But it's good. That's the last pass done for this stretch. So it means tomorrow morning I can get up whenever I want. No more early morning like this morning. This morning we were hiking at 4 AM, or hiking by 4 AM, I think just before. So I think my alarm went off at 2:45, because the resupply out of VVR was a bit different, so I actually had a cooked breakfast this morning, so I allowed a bit of extra time. I wouldn't normally get up at 2:45 for a 4 AM start, but anyway, done and done. Fast done. I think we've got one more challenging, or potentially challenging, creek crossing to go in this section. Otherwise it should hopefully be fairly smooth sailing. About 20 miles from here into Mammoth, including the side trail if we have to take it, because there is a bus service, but I'm not sure if it's running yet. I'm still trying to find that out. But there is a short side trail. So yeah, I mean, if we pushed hard, we could actually be into town tonight, but none of us want to do that. Makes no sense, because you just get in there absolutely exhausted, no energy to do anything. You don't even really get to enjoy the food you eat, and then you got to pay for a night's accommodation somewhere. So it makes way more sense to just, I think the plan of today was just to hike as far as we're comfortable hiking. As soon as we get tired, set up camp, have a nice relaxing night, bit of a sleep in, or comparative sleep in the morning, and then do whatever few miles are left, and we should be into Mammoth before lunch tomorrow, maybe even around brunch time. It'll be nice. Yeah, so that's pretty much that. No other news, and I'll leave it there, and we'll get some more footage of some of the cool stuff we come across today, because no doubt there will be plenty. It is a Sierra. I did just drop my pole back there, so I'm gonna go back and get it. So this morning we came from not the other side of this ridge here, the other side of the ridge behind that one. And we came down a valley and we worked our way up this valley down here. Now we go this damn hill, up and over, up there somewhere, before we go down and back up again. It's lucky the views are so good, because otherwise I'd probably notice how many times we go up and down and get sick of it. Some days are just wet feet days, and there's just nothing you can do but wade through the icy, cold water. There was another crossing like this just 50 yards back, ends up about mid-thigh. This one's just over knee deep. Oh, so cold though. Ooh. Often you can see, well, here you can see there's often it's rock hoppable without actually getting your feet wet, but at the moment the water levels are too high and all the rocks are under, and once your feet are wet you may as well just walk all the way through. Oh, nice cold breeze to help warm me back up. It's a breakfast in bed kind of morning this morning. Cooking from my sleeping bag. Morning. It's not sure what day it is. Maybe 74, 75. What I do know is it's what I do know is it's the last day of this stretch. Actually, I am on the Mammoth Pass trail, so I've left the PCT. And I'm on this short 3.5 mile trail to Mammoth. So it's a town day, and that's exciting. I think it's the 10th day of this stretch, so the longest stretch basically without any civilization besides VVR, which was a nice cooked meal, but even that was pretty remote, little generator run camp. So yeah, definitely excited to get into town, have a day or two off, resupply, do laundry, shower, all the usual kind of stuff before we head back out. It is brisk this morning. It was cold, but it was good. We camped just off the junction, so it was about 4 miles out of town last night. Apparently Mammoth is quite expensive, so it didn't make any sense to do a huge day to try and get in there exhausted and pay for an extra night of expensive accommodation, and you're really not there to take advantage of it. So yeah, it was good. We camped early, had a campfire. There's snow here. I thought I was done with snow for this section. Yeah, had a campfire. I went to bed about 7 o'clock, so still got an hour and a half of daylight left, but the sun was still up. But yeah, slept well all the way through till about 5, so about 10 hours sleep, and then cooked breakfast from bed and stayed in bed till I started hiking at 7:30, so I had about almost 12 hours in bed, which was much needed after so many early mornings, so many 2 a.m. wake ups to start hiking at 3 a.m. or to start hiking at 4 a.m. to get over those passes. So I do have to get over Mammoth Pass this morning, but I'm led to believe that's very easy and barely registers as a pass. So hopefully that's the case. But yeah, that's it, heading into town, end of this 10-day stretch. It's been exhausting, it's been very challenging. It's not over yet, there's more of the Sierra to go yet, but I believe the worst of at least the passes are over. I need to check, but I may even be able to get rid of the ice axe now, I think, but again, I need to look into that. Don't want to send it away too early. There's definitely some big creek crossings to go yet, but I think presented with a creek crossing or a mountain pass, both of which are quite challenging, I think I'd take the creek crossing each day. So on that note, that's it for this stretch, and I will see you when I'm headed out for the next one.